I've had multiple people that have come into treatment on their second liver. So what does that tell? They've done one and then they're on their second.
So to that point, I know a lot of people, and I used to have this belief as well, is that a relapse is a failure in your recovery, whatever it is that you're trying to work through. And I now know that that's not the case at all. I mean, it happens. It's part of a lot of people's processes, if you will. So as a professional, how do you see that? As someone that, like you said, I mean, they came in on their second liver. So you're telling me that that obviously there's an issue there that they're not able to get it to stick. So when you're speaking with somebody that is on the other side of a relapse, what approach do you take? What do you say to them?
Look, the biggest thing for most people when they end up in a relapse is that it's the whole shame stuff that sort of comes into play, and that feeling where that they often feel that they failed. So, and I've heard this multiple times. Martin, I failed. I failed. I'm back to square one. I mean, you hear all of that sort of stuff, and for me, I always will look at a client and say to them that let's not look at this as a failure. This is a learning experience. There's something here to learn from, that ultimately you're not back to square one. There's probably a couple of things that we've missed out in the past, or we've not considered, or that you weren't doing, or whatever it might be. And we can go back and then just look at how it happened. And, there's this whole concept where people often believe that relapse means picking up the drink. And it's not. It's not. The relapse precedes the return to use. I can't say this enough. Normally, it's going to start way before. And when I say way before, it's going to start way before. It doesn't start that moment. All of a sudden, I pick up that drink today.
Right.
That has been that process, that relapse process has been playing out maybe for a week, maybe a couple of weeks, even maybe a couple of months. There's probably been changes in their behavior. There's been changes in their emotional state. There's been changes in their beliefs and cognition, their way of thinking. So there's lots of other stuff that sort of precedes in that. The idea here is to look back and then go back and dig in to see, where do I think this actually started? I'm not interested about the day that you picked up the drink.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in that at the moment. That's not that part. We know that was the ultimate bit. I want to understand where it was that it started. Where did it start?